Burgeonites, welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, and here in our video today we are going to play test our EDH Commander brew of Niv-Mizzet. If you missed the deck tech of good old Nivy, you can click on the link below and you'll be able to look through the deck and see exactly what we brewed up in this Commander deck. Niv-Mizzet is our commander, and what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle this bad boy up. We're going to play test it. We're going to throw some cards around, and we're going to see how well it performs for the audience today. And our goal is to, and this is going to be, it's not exactly the same as playing against real live competition, of course, but our goal is to empty our hand, or as much of it as we possibly can, as quickly as we can, cast Niv, sort through those top 10 cards, and see exactly how many of those babies we can bring to our hand. Understanding that any land is not going to our hand, but it's going to the bottom of our library. Now, if you did not already view the Niv-Mizzet deck tech that was shown earlier on our channel, you will not know that of the 60 spells in this deck, there are 6 each from each guild. Therefore, optimizing our best chance, our best probability of drawing as many cards as we possibly can. Alright, we got our life dice, we got our commander. So let's draw our first 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, here we go. Let's see our opening hand. Disruption. Oh, the best land in the game. Alright, an isolated chapel. Alright, we got Lazoff. That's going to work too. Oh, another land. Working on the 3 lands so far. Treasured Find. And, ooh, Olivia. Let's keep this opening hand. Let's roll with this. We've got some early disruption that we can't yet play. And we've got a Lazoff Multifarious that we can't yet play. Let's roll with it. Let's see what we can do. We could cast Lazoff if needed. Alright, let's do it. Turn 1. We're going for it. Drawing our first card, Dragon Lord of Tarka. We're going to drop down our, let's say we drop down our Isolated Chapel. Tapped. Gives us a white or a black, and then turn 1 we can put Lazoff out. Maybe. Alright, let's see. Turn 2 comes up. Invoke the Firemind. This is going to be a tough hand to drop all at once. Let's put down a command tower. Let's put Lazoff out there. Why the heck not? We've got a 1/3 on turn 2. We can surveil 1, and we'll leave that right there. Okay, turn 3. We've got our command tower. We've got our isolated chapel. We're going to draw our Rootbound Crag, which we'll just put down tapped. And we are going to hopefully try to attack with Lazoff, get a point in somewhere. Alright, move to turn 4, drawing an Una. We got some biggins in our hand, folks. We've got some biggins. Alright, Clifftop Retreat goes into play, tapped. Next turn, minimally, we're going to bring out Olivia. So let's untap. Let's draw our card, Steam Vents. Is it worth it to pay it untapped? No, we'll throw it onto the battlefield. Tapped. We'll tap for mana to cast Olivia. And there's creature 2. We're going to assume that the 1/3 Lazoff cannot successfully break through anyone's defenses, so we'll just hold him back. Now, in most other games, having an early Olivia untapping on turn 5 with as much red mana available, we have the ability to do an awful lot of creature pinging. But we're trying to empty our hand so that we can cast Niv and see how many cards we can draw. So let's just go to turn 6. Let's draw our card, Shield of Righteousness. We got the 5 mana, so we can't quite cast Una yet. 3, we could cast Invoke the Firemind. Let's do that. We'll invoke the Firemind. We'll invoke the Firemind. We'll tap all 5 of our mana, And let's say we just draw 2 cards. Maybe we can draw a land here. Draw 1, draw 2. That did not happen. But we got a Nissa. We got a full hand of cards here. 2 good creatures on the battlefield, 5 lands. Things are working good here on turn 6. All right. Let's untap turn 7. Oh, we just drew Joyra. All right. You know what? Let's cast Joyra. Let's put her out there. We'll go right here. We'll throw 3 mana at Joyra, leaving 2 open. And let's, you know what? Let's slide Niv out of here. And let's suspend good old Dragon Lord Atarka. Put 4 suspend counters on that guy. Alright, things are looking pretty good. We got a nice flyer. We got a suspender. Let's see if we can suspend more cards out of our hand. Whoops. Let's see. Draw our card. We've got Rashmi. So we're holding some removal with a Tyrant Scorn and some Simic Charm. Got a Shield of Righteousness and 5 mana. We missed our suspend counter for Joyra. How about we... Let's suspend Una. Let's put Una out there. Let's get her suspended. At least we're doing all this work and we can't even get... We haven't even put Niv out there. And let's just say for the sake of gameplay that we would have needed to cast a Tyrant Scorn on something. So we'll tap that during someone's turn. So we'll come to our turn. It would be nice if we can get a land drop. But suspend and suspend. Draw a card. There's our Verdant Catacombs. Alright, we are going to tap and we are going to sack the Verdant Catacombs for... Let's see, what are we in need of? We got our white, blue, definitely something black. Let's tap this, sack it, and go get a Watery Grave. Okay? Alright, and there's our Watery Grave. Into play, untap. We paid the 1 for the Verdant Catacombs, plus 2 more for the Watery Grave. And we're just going to give this a quick shuffle. Did that off camera to try to save some time. And 1 quick shuffle here. And let's see, getting our Watery Grave gives us our 6th land. Which, let's see what we're going to do now. Okay, so we got our mana set up. And let's see, okay. So we got our 6 mana. Let's spend some mana and let's put Rashmi in. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's suspend Rashmi. We're going to tap 2. We're going to suspend Rashmi. Let's get her out there. Okay. She's right up here with our other guys. That'll be our... We'll tap 2 for that. And then we will put the Shield of Righteousness into play. Tap that for 2. And how about we equip that? And we'll put that on Olivia, making her just a little bit bigger. Brings us down to 3 cards in our hand. I think next turn, we're going to bring him out. Niv-Mizzet, he's coming out next turn, baby. We got the mana. We're down to 3 cards. Oh, let's do it. We're coming to our turn. 1 suspend counter off of the Dragon Lord Atarka. 1 suspend counter off Una, Queen of the Fae. And 1 suspend counter off of Rashmi, the Eternity's Crafter. Alright, with our hand here, let's draw our card for turn. And we're drawing the Mask of Riddles. Okay, so we got 4 in hand. Alright, let's do this. We're going to tap 1 for every, we're going to tap 1 of every color. There's our white. There's our blue, black, red, and green. Alright, there's our 5 mana, 1 of each color. Nivi is coming down, baby. He's coming down and he's in play. So here we go. Top 10 cards of the library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, are we hitting? Or are we missing? What are we going to do here? Just so that there's no confusion, our hand is going to go right there. And we'll be certain to put a little marker there as to not get it mixed in. All right. 10 cards. Niv cast. Here we go. We're showing... Oh, land. We're showing Dragon Lord Kolaghan. Another land. Another land. Okay, I'm already going to tell you that we're going to not choose the Demon Spine Whip over Dragon Lord Kolaghan, so that's going back into the bottom of the library pile. Wrath Capuchin, Azorius. Oh, Sigarda. Eros. Keranos. And card 10. Oh, Aura Shards. That last card makes it a bit difficult to see what we're going to choose here, but considering that we have a couple of other pretty good creatures and some coming on the way, I think for all intents and purposes, we're going to put Sigarda with our quote-unquote random to the bottom of the library pile. All right, we'll hike this library up, shove those there. And on that Niv trigger, we're drawing 5 cards. It's not bad. We paid 5 mana for a 6/6 flyer, and we drew 5 cards. We're bringing Keranos, Aura Shards, Eros, Wrath Capuchin, and Dragon Lord Kolaghan. If we remove our counter, we bring our hand up. We've got a hand of 9 cards, so we're going to need to discard 2, 4, 6, 8. Discard 2. So the Mask of Riddles, that's out. And how about we get rid of... Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Simic Charm? Yeah, let's get rid of this Simic Charm because we still have the Treasured Find. Okay, so there's our hand of 7. That was not bad at all. Really restocked our hand with a lot of great cards, and we got 3 creatures coming off to suspend. So as soon as possible, we're going to cast that Aura Shards most likely next turn. So let's just play a couple more turns just to see how it would turn out, all right? We'll untap our mana. We still got our bevy of creatures over here. So let's say we got a Tarka coming off of Suspend. He's going to enter the battlefield, and he's going to have haste, and he's going to deal 5 damage to some creatures. Uona's down to 1. Rashmi's down to 2. And so we'll find some creatures to obliterate with good old Dragon Lord Tarka. We'll draw a card for turn. Hallowed Fountain. So let's see. We got 6 mana. We can cast anything in our hand. So let's just say that we're going to pay 2 life. We'll have the Hallowed Fountain come into play untapped, just to give us an extra land to play some more spells here. So with the 7 mana, we probably want to get the Aura Shards in play. And I think we'll flash in Wrath Capuchin shortly after casting the Aura Shards. So let's throw the Aura Shards out into play. Put that baby right there. And we'll hold our 4 mana back, waiting for a nice enchantment or artifact to come into play from our opponents. If not, then we'll just wait till end step, and then we'll flash in Wrath Capuchin. So now we can cast some historic spells as though they had flash. We'll destroy an artifact or an enchantment. We'll come back to our turn, and here's where things start to get really nice. So Una comes off with her last suspend counter. She comes into play. She's going to destroy an artifact or enchantment. Rashmi's down to 1. We got 7 lands, an army of creatures, and I don't fully expect to have an entire board state like this uninteracted. Like I said, to play test this deck, we were merely just seeing how well we would do off of a Niv-Mizzet trigger. And honestly, 5 good cards, we'll take that every day. Draw our forest, and we just have so many options now. So I think we're gonna stop here because there's just so many different things we can do. We've done what we wanted to do. And it worked out pretty well. A little slow to begin with, but it all came together. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Let's do it again. Alright, so after a bunch of off-the-camera shuffling, we're going to give this deck one more quick shuffling, one more quick shuffling, just before we get going, just for the purposes of everything is on the up and up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Better get that card back in there. That hand wants to come out badly. Okay. Big old shuffle. Just so that this is straight legit. Bam! Fix our life dice. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, here we go. We'll go for the cut. Cut here. Put that right on top. Okay, 7 card opening hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it. Niv-Mizzet. Not the counter spell. Mask of Riddles. Lazov. A Decimate. This is not looking great. Bloodstained Mire. Karanos. Oh, this is going to be a very quick free mulligan. And we will just shuffle this up real quick right here. That'll be our one freebie. Aw. Boy, those Azorius lands, they want out. First it was the Hallowed Fountain, and then that was the Glacial Fortress. They want out. Yes, the excitement of shuffling, right, folks? Burgeoning's hanging there. It's going to be worth it, I promise. Okay, the shuffle there. This time we'll go with a bit of a different kind of cut. Okay, this one will be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, opening hand. Terminates. There we go. Sacred Foundry. Marsh Flats. Already liking where we're going. Ooh, Xenagos. Atarka. That. Now that's a playable hand. Now we're ready for business. Okay, we keep. We draw our first card for turn. Oh, we got a Nahiri. Let's throw out... And let's put our shiny Steam Vents out there first. Okay. That's our turn 1. Turn 2, draw. Aura Shards. Oh, we're going to get that baby on turn 3. Excellent. Oh, man, this is going to turn out to be a good hand, good game. Turn 4, we draw. Sorry, turn 3. Draw an Arid Mesa. Gonna throw out a forest. Now we don't have any creatures that we can put out yet, so in most Commander games I would choose not to cast that Aura Shards just because it's so early and it would be an immediate target to come off the board. But we're trying to empty our hand so that we can cast Niv and refill it. So let's tap our 3 and let's put our Aura Shards out there. Okay, that's fair. Okay, coming up on turn 4, we drew an Irolas. All right, so what do we got for lands here? We got white, blue, red, and green. So we need some black. Definitely need some black. So we're going to drop down our Marsh Flats, and we're going to pay 1 life. We're going to, let's see, cast that. Sure, let's do... We'll pay the Marsh Flats. We'll drop the Marsh Flats. We'll pay 1 life. Search. We'll grab a shock. We'll pay 2 life. Have that come into play. Untapped. And then we'll cast Nahiri. Okay, so we brought in a Watery Grave. We paid our 2 life. And then we cast Nahiri. And we're just going to assume that there's nothing that we can remove. So we're going to discard a card to draw a card to see if we can draw a land. Well, let's see. I don't know if we're going to do that. Let's see what we got in our hand here. Land, terminate, Eurus. Nah, I think we're good. So we'll just say we minus here. We got rid of something. Someone will have an enchantment, hopefully. We'll put her down to 2. All right, next turn. We draw. We grab an Overgrown Tomb. That's going to be perfect because that should give us our full 5 mana that we need to cast Niv. We got white, blue. Yep, we got it. White, blue. Okay, 2 life for that to come into play untapped. That's our black. There's our red, and there's our green. So we got 5 in hand. So did we do it? Why the heck not? That's what we're here for, right? We're here to see what Niv can do. Let's do it. Let's tap the 5. We're tapping it, and we're casting them. He's going to come in and destroy an artifact or enchantment. All right, top 10, folks. Here we go, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right off the top. And that's our hand. All right, here we go. What are we going to pull this time? Una. Ooh, Rashmi. Oh, Dragon Lord Ojutai. This is shaping up to be pretty nice. Theater of Horrors. Oh, double on the Azurius. And, wow, this is amazing. Sylvan Reclamation. Oh, lost the Command Tower. Lost a Fetch. And a Glacial Fortress. And a Hallowed Fountain. So, it looks like we're drawing 5. That is pretty good. That's exactly what we drew in Game 1. Now we just have to decide, do we want Teferi or do we want Dragon Lord? So, let's pick up our hand. Let's see what we have in here. Terminate. Yeah, it definitely seems like we could go with some defense here in the form of Teferi. So we're gonna put back Ojutai. So we're gonna say peace to Ojutai. You're getting shuffled back. And to the bottom of the library you go. So we're gonna draw our 5. A very good 5, that's for sure. Bring our hand over. So that's a total of a 10-card hand. And now we got to do some discarding. We got to discard 3 here. So let's say we're going to get rid of our Theater of Horrors. We're going to get... Actually... Yeah, let's get rid of the Theater of Horrors. Let's get rid of our Arid Mesa. 4, 8. Oh, boy. Yeah. Why don't we get rid of... Let's say we'll get rid of Dragon Lord of Tarka. We're going to go by a cost analysis basis here. Get rid of the most expensive cards that we've got. Aside from the Arid Mesa, of course. Alright, so that's 7. We're going to move to untap on our next turn. Alright, hopefully we're going to draw a land here. And we did not, but a Treasured Find is pretty good. So, if we were definitely playing a real game, I would leave open the mana to cast a Terminate, and I would put in a Teferi Time Raveler, most likely bouncing something. Something to do with Nahiri's... actually, maybe we +2 Nahiri to draw a card. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. So let's plus her. Let's discard... Oh, this is tough. What are we going to discard here? We'll discard Una and draw into a Mirari's Wake. Now that would definitely be our next cast, our card cast next turn. Alright, so that would be our turn there. And pretty much we just say we would bounce something with Teferi. We're down to a 7-card hand. And this is not as fruitful as our first go about it. We draw a card. We drew... Joyra. So throw her in here. We'll tap out all 5 and we'll cast our Mirari's Wake. Because then next turn we'll be able to definitely do some stuff. Figured we would plus Teferi. And we're going to... We'll minus Nahiri. Swing with Niv. Alright, so then we get to our next turn. whoops, draw one card, Keranos. All right, so I think what we're going to have to do is start setting up our board to help us out. We got the 10 mana, so I'm thinking that we just throw out a Xenagos and a Keranos. I think that's going to be our best bet. So we'll tap the 10, we'll tap the 5 lands for 10 mana. We're going to cast Keranos, we're going to cast Xenagos, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have some devotion requirements met. See, Xenagos is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so she's going to become a creature. And Keranos with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keranos is also going to be a creature. So now we can start smacking with a much bigger Niv. And of course, no instants are going to be cast to stop us. So that's going to be very helpful. All right, so with just our 5 lands, but a nice Mirari's Wake. We move to Keranos' draw ability, first card, and we show a land. Verdant Catacombs, so we draw another card, and there's good old Tatiova. And that's going to be nice because we will definitely tap. Let's do that. That sounds good. All right, we're going to tap this for 10. And 4 mana, we're going to cast Rashmi. So we'll throw Rashmi into play. Still have 6 mana floating. And with that 6 mana, we're going to cast Tatiova. And Tatiova's trigger Tatiova will trigger Rashmi, which will allow us to reveal a Hinterland Harbor. So we draw Hinterland Harbor. Pretty sure that's what we do if we didn't cast it. Yes. If it's a non-land card. So we will draw our Hinterland Harbor. And we still have a mana floating, which we'll most likely be able to use to terminate something. Because we will play our... Oops. We will play our Verdant Catacombs for our land for turn. Gain a life off of Tatiova, draw a card, which is a Plains. We would pay a life to sacrifice this, search our library for a land, put that land into play, which would net us another life, draw us another card, which is another land. This is working out quite well. And we'll use that land. We're not going to fetch it because we're pretty much done here, but we would use that land, maybe terminate something. We've got a ginormous Niv-Mizzet that's coming. It's at least 14. We pretty much did a good job. And that is Niv-Mizzet playtest number 2. We had a pretty solid one the first time, a pretty solid one the second time. Each time we've done it, we've drawn 5 cards. I think that's a pretty good success rate. You're tapping 5 mana, you're putting in a huge 6/6 flyer, and you're drawing 5 cards. So far, so good. Let's do it one more time. All right, shuffled up and ready to go. Our third go with Niv-Mizzet Reborn. I'm going to check out that cast trigger. We were pretty much 2 for 2 so far. Like I said just a moment ago, 5 mana for a 6/6 flyer that enters the battlefield. We end up drawing 5 cards. All right. That's pretty darn good. Now let's make sure it's just not a fluke. Okay, we're going to shuffle this like this. There we go. Okay, let's do this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get a good opening hand. Here we go. Wrathy. Ooh, Ikra Shadiki. Reap the Past. Oh, come on, lands. Locust God. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. Give us a third one, and I think we're good. Give us a third. All right, we can work with this. We can roll with this. Okay, not a problem. All right, let's do it. 5-6. No early removal, but this isn't a real game. We're just throwing some cards around, casting Niv, drawing some cards. Let's do it. Draw 1. There's our first piece of removal. We're going to throw in a Temple Garden. We are not paying any mana. We're not paying any life for that bad boy. Okay. Turn 2, drawing. Oh, Tatiova. Love her. Hinterland Harbor. Untapped. Okay, turn 3, drawing Aurelia. All right. We're dropping down a Verdant Catacombs here. And we could pull some kind of black source into Anguish Unmaking something if we needed to. So let's keep that as an option, of course, if we're playing. But right now, let's see what turn 4 brings us. Give us a land. Oh, blue, black. All right, so we're going to burst that Verdant Catacombs, and we're going to get black, red. Yeah, we're going to go and get us our Blood Crypt. Okay, so we're going to do all of this off camera just to save some time. So the Verdant Catacombs is going to disappear, and in its place is going to be a Blood Crypt, and our life will fall down to... yeah, our life will fall down to 37. And then we'll cast our Mask of Riddles. Okay. All right, and we're back. And as you saw, the Blood Crypt came in. Our life dropped to 3. We're going to cast our Mask of Riddles by tapping our Hinterland Harbor and our Blood Crypt. And hopefully we can get a couple of runners here for lands. Okay, we're going to put this shuffle like that. Alright, one more of these, and then we're going to get right back. We're going to get Niv out as soon as we can, and we're going to see what we could draw. Cut like that, and bam. Okay. We're going to untap. Fistful of cards. Only 3 lands. Come on, land, baby. Oh, down to 8 cards in our hand. Well, we're going to Anguish Unmaking something. Anguish Unmaking, and we're going to have to pay that 3 life. So far, we are our own worst enemy. Okay, here we go. Drawing a card, Sun Petal Grove. That comes into play untapped. Alright, so that gives us 4. So what we're most likely would do is we just wait it out and we'll flash in Wrath at the end step, which we'll just do like that. Alright, so we've got our white, we got our blue, our black, and our green. We need another red source or a black source. Just give us something. Let's see what we can draw. Oh, Storev. And that double black is not going to be good for us because we can't pay it. Well, I suppose worst case scenario, we could Reap the Past, bringing back a couple of land, return X cards at random. If X is 2, we'll get them both back. Yeah, let's do that. We wouldn't really do this in a real game, I don't believe, but we'll cast Reap the Past for 2. Bring both of them back. We'll play the Verdant Catacombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we don't have to discard. We'll play the Verdant Catacombs. We're going to pay the 1 life. This time we are not going to pay the extra 2. And we're going to seek out through our library, and we will get a Stomping Ground. Alright, there's our Stomping Ground, and that will give us the mana that we need to cast Niv next turn. And even though we have a fistful of cards, like I said, we're still going to do it because we're showing what his ETB trigger can do for the deck. Under normal circumstances in gameplay, that would not be a consideration for me because we got a full 7-card hand. And now that we finally got that 5th land, that opens up a lot of possibilities, especially when we got Wrath over there letting us cast and flash. That gives us Tatiova, Ikra, so we're not going to worry about that. Alright, so we untap. And we've got our one of every color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We draw. Oh, we get a Joyra. That would have been perfect. Drop down Joyra and start putting these biggins right into suspend. Oh, all right. Let's do it. Mark the card, or mark the hand. White, blue, black, red, and green. We're tapping one of each. And we're casting Niv. We're going to flash them in to make it at the end of our opponent's end step, just to make it as valuable as possible. Well, we'd have to discard, of course, if we chose to do that, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I said, this is just play testing. All right, so let's see what we can do this time. Can we get 5 like we did the previous 2 times? We're 2 for 2. Let's see what we can do here. First card, we got a Golgari. Next card, we got some Dimir. Okay, that's a good start. Third card, Orzhov. I'm sorry, Boros. Orzhov, jeez. Is it? Wow, this is crazy. Land. Simic. Land. Rakdos. Really? Wow. Land and another Rakdos. Put the Demon Spire Whip in the at the bottom of the library pile. Wow, on that one, we're drawing 6. Look at that. So if our hand was massively depleted, look at what we drew. A Treasured Find, Auna, Nahiri, Expansion Explosion, Zagana, and a Theater of Horror. 6 cards we brought to our hand. So I think, for me, the biggest pull of this deck right now is just the balance of all of the different guild cards. 60 guild cards, 6 from each of the 10 guilds. That has given us the best ratio across the board of what we could draw off of a Niv-Mizzet trigger. We've done it 3 times in 3 play testings. We drew 5, and we drew 6. That is pretty good for a 5 mana costed commander that's coming into play with a 6/6 flying body. Burgeonites, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Give me some feedback. We are out.